Got a couple more places.
Hey, we invented this shit.
Hi.
Is that to us? You tell us anyone?
How is everyone feeling?
I'll do an interpretive dance. Keep pressing. I feel groovy.
So good. Holy macaroni. Lots of comments. Thanks a lot. May the source be with you all. You're welcome. So team, may the source be with you. Hello, Robert.
What's up, Jesse Howe?
Yeah, what's up? Michael's in. Good to see you in the house. Dance with us. Very awesome vibration. Oh yeah, nice to see you. Yes. Love you all so much. Wonderful vibrations in the house.
Yeah, really. Mine ran out. I need to recharge it.
Well,
Get a
the time
battery.
in Canada would be right now, and if anywhere, Canada, USA, wherever. If you're on the West Coast, then it's 7:50. If you're in Mountain, it's 8:50. So that's like Rocky Mountain. If you're Central, it would be 9:50. And if it's Eastern, it'd be 10:50. Canada is right one side to the other. So that's what time in Canada? Here it's 8:50. We're in the mountain. We're mountain time zone. 3:43 a.m. in Ireland. We have Ireland in the house. Nice to see you, Green Kennedy. Yeah, that's a good one, Moose. That's why we like adding the weights. It's a little economic with our energy. As we're dancing, we just even put a tomato can of soup in each hand if you don't have any weights. Oh yeah, it's up here. Whoop, whoop. Awesome, thank you. Let's see here. Thank you. Can't wait for the drop. Oh, you're digging the music. These are comments from way back, so these may not still be here. I'll give you that. Connectors, the OG rave, maybe right on your raver. So the Matrix came true. Says Raccoon City. You didn't see the Matrix? Y'all know any drum and bass? I thought too many joined, so I quit. Haha. There's more people, the better. Dance. I didn't hear you come up. Oh, you quit dancing? Many people dancing? Much energy for you? Make it feel water move.
Jonathan, come up and dance.
Yeah, we still got 4 spots. Long Arms is back. Let's get it. Hey! Still dancing though. Absolutely love this. This Lisa Free Flyer.
Hey Chuck, come and dance. Come up and dance. We'll do a jitterbug, or what do you call it? A jug. A reel. We'll do a reel.
It's 10:47 here in Ontario, Canada. Yeah, 2 hours in Ontario. 8:45 p.m. for Jesse Mountain Time, like it is here in New Mexico. Same thing as New Mexico is mountain. So Energy says free fire. Smith has got a bunch of squares. Respectfully, of course. 748 Spokane, Washington. I'm an idiot. I thought it was Jesse Room, but it's notice. It's Jeff's. No, just restreaming, man. Need a new beat. This is pretty awesome, says Capricorni. Pump up the volume, dude. Aye, that's your side. You gotta put it up. On the app is a little higher. Please rave, repeat, LOL. Jesse's, I'm fine. Yeah, restreaming. Wow, we're restreaming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different places. How super cool. That's the way to it is. Now I need to post it next time. Yeah, that's weird energy. You're good, you're sharp. Major. Some people like things that are so yo. Yeah, definitely yo-yos. Perfect timing. Woo! This is so awesome. Appreciate y'all coming and hanging out. Good energy.
You can clap your feet clap your knee and clap your feet.
Getting my workout, Jesse.
That's amazing. Collaborative workouts. Oh, sweet. By Saturn. NY in the course. New York in the house. Life for consciousness. South Dancing here says well. Dancing in Richmond. Bob, go start, go room. That's a great beat, Jesse. Thanks. Yeah, thank you. This is thank you. Appreciate it. Fire here up here.
No, you're kidding.
Oh, it's another
You're
country.
with a mission.
Good vibes, I love it. That is the best comment. Our high vibes, love time. High vibes, love time. Good vibes.
You want to wind it down? You could play some chill out, like a chill out track.
Well, that was you who put that comment. We didn't realize we put it over today.
What is actually going on? Yes, what is this? This is foreign concept?
Now
Maybe
let's
get out
slow
for
it down with you, Jesse.
Pardon?
Maybe let's slow it down a bit now.
Yeah, like go in. We call it cool down. Right. Go out.
I can turn it down a bit, but I still want to dance. I think
Not turn it down, but like kind of slow it down, do some stretching, that kind of stuff.
welcome. Aeromass. Steve, welcome to the Bye Love Tribe Disneyland panel chat dance. Beautiful Angeline, always looking amazing, dancing amazing. Gen X Jeff, we're here dancing with our first dance panel. The Moose, really letting loose. John Michelle in the house. Thanks for coming. Michael's in. Welcome, welcome, brother. Dancing. Andrea, thanks for coming and hanging out. Butterweight. And now Aeromass from Rumble. So you're the first Rumble.
Hey, Aeromass.
Rumbler. You're on mute right now. So
under the same sky.
You're the music. It sounds double. You'll have to turn off the one before you click the StreamYard. If you're hearing everything double, just turn off the app volume. You have to press mute there, and then you won't hear
Here
it
it
double.
comes the time to make the world unique.
Every time I go. Oh yeah, let that rhythm flow. Yeah, water's life, so make sure you have water with you.
Yeah, I need to go get
Hydrate
some more. I'll be back.
quickly as you need. It's full break, perfect timing. Oh, I didn't hear anything click, but now I heard you click. I'm glad you're up and hanging out with us.
Walk, lead, under the same sky, but above different beliefs. Here it comes the time to make the world unique.
Yeah, that was funny. Canada's a bit, Bigfoot is real. On the HCL2 one, yeah, we're on a whole bunch of different YouTube channels right now too. So There's a lot more on the Missing Link Live. You know, Michael Lynn's dance party on Facebook. Got the live stream of consciousness on Facebook. We got Mood, Vibe Vibe, Love Vibe from YouTube. We got Gen X stuff from YouTube. And we got Gen X Jeff Twitter. We got 2 Twitters. That's cool. Just let you know on all the different. Then we're also on our Rumble channel. Line. Wanna come hang out?
Is this the troll lord Carl?
Yeah, if anybody feels like stretching, get the stretch on. It's good to stretch, especially if you're not a regular frequenter of dancing. I think Robert Escobar was talking to the chat. And people, look at all this. Like, you build it and they will come. And we just built a little dance house and so many people came. So thanks for y'all for joining.
Hey, I used to loot. I still do. I don't know.
Y'all are the best. Gen X Jeff has serious rhythm. Yeah, everybody dancing is so good. I'm about to go stream some X-Files. Have fun. Evan, yeah, X-Files is awesome. This is so cool. Smoking pot, man. Represent.
Hey, that's right.
Yeah, just go in the room, Angeline, and just sit down and join us. We're gonna get to chatting. I love you. Thanks for hanging out. I think that was you that commented that, right? Awesome. Get it, producer Moose. Clip this.
So much fun, Jesse.
Yeah, man. Look at this. So many new, amazing, beautiful characters from all around the earth just coming and hanging out. and
All
just,
of it.
you know, different energies that just collaborate together as one beautiful, you know, being. Like God intends us to be, Source intends us to be like this beautiful Holy Spirit,
Collective.
macaroni spirit. What the heck? And y'all are so beautiful. So thanks. See y'all. You know, I watch lots of this stuff. That's nice. That's these girls here. This is fantastic. I said it's so like, yeah, like your energy and your mood and your vibration. That's always boomer alert. Carl is Carl.
I got a question.
Yeah, man.
Is there anybody out there who didn't need this?
Really what? What was the question?
Whoop, whoop. Over here, please. Yeah.
I definitely needed this whole show.
So happy, man.
You know what's so cool about this, Jesse?
Everything.
It is a discussion in its own way. This is an open panel discussion right here.
Open panel. Express yourself freely.
Talking with energy.
I told myself I'd never do something like this in my life.
And so you're doing so amazing.
But it feels so good.
I'm so happy. I think that's the broadcast. Seeing everybody's energy together on the same frequency, out to the cosmos. I agree. What a beautiful feeling I'm feeling.
Anybody can join.
Therapist over for doing for dancing, they get less money before you dance.
All right, Saturn. Let's talk today.
Good ideas to rock the part to go. In like an hour, probably I sat down like 10 minutes ago, so an hour and 30 minutes. So that's a good ancestor. I like it. Yeah. we were talking about good way to like do a panel. That was dance or down or dance. Panel is good. Yeah.
The panel time, are we
Hi, beautiful. You look so nice. Your digital expression is magnificent.
Whoa.
Amazing! Little puppy. Thanks for sharing. Hi!
Hi. Oh, so cute. I couldn't figure out how to get off my phone. The only option I had was to end stream.
Oh, to come back up, yeah.
is that for a clip?
Yeah! I'm so happy you come out and hang out with us, man. Yes! Hello, guys! Welcome, Mr. Pine from California. Sending you
Oh,
up.
that's Mr. Pie. Welcome.
Appreciate you coming up and saying hi. Connecting with vibration. Mr. Pie! Yeah!
We can do these every night.
If we did, I have all like the DJ gear for like the stuff that goes in the big stages. I have all that stuff storage.
Oh, it's finding the right music and won't get copy struck.
Hey, how did you have those already written out?
Say again?
How did you have your written out? Is that for this?
Yeah, the music's really important because a lot of the different slots get taxing. So playing the right stuff that doesn't get attacked is still in itself.
I know, I'm saying like he wrote those Mr. Pie things. Did he know I was here?
Oh yeah, he's amazing. There's gonna be lots of clips he's gonna get to get out of this.
I think so many of us spent a lot of time on these panels and working, and so like it's really good to move and have fun like this.
And can you turn that mic up a bit? I'll see if I can do it from here. It's like
You can hear me?
on automatic. I can hear you. It's just if you can turn it up a little bit, it's better.
I could try bring it closer. Hello, hello.
I'll
Turn the
it
music down just a hair.
tiny bit. Can you all still hear it okay?
I love this, Jesse.
Yes.
Yeah, Jesse.
you.
Good job.
Hey, dude, Jesse. You created good space.
Thanks, man. It's as sacred as possible. We love you all, and we hope that everybody loves as much as we all do, and that's the best we can hope for.
Jesse and I did this for years, and it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And I think we're new to these panels, but so much of us spend so much time on these panels. So having like a place where we can all move and raise up the energy and stuff is amazing.
I know. I think, and if we could ever just do it together, but if not, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, you guys
I
are all
I
so
think
beautiful.
It's a good way to start, you know, like that sit down talks and stuff. That's an energy that's free and clear, and then see how that mind goes. Or this could be the whole panel chat is just like
Yeah,
discussion of
so-
music.
Go first. We just all talk so much, and our vibrations and our voices can get lost. When we listen to the music, we don't hear anything.
Yeah.
We hear the universe, the
Yes.
universe, right? So whether we're
Totally.
disagreeing or not with all people, but the one thing that we can unite with is frequency and this.
When we get into dancing, you almost go into another world, like a whole
Oh,
other
I know.
zone, a whole other vibe. It's amazing.
Super
Hey,
hard.
puppy.
Oh my god.
Hubby!
He looks like he did a lot of dancing.
Yes,
He's ready to
yeah. Yeah, thanks for joining.
Have that.
Yes.
Yay.
Let's try this.
Yeah, where do you go from there? Like what topic follows
Okay.
that?
This, well, we'll do like High Vibe Love Tribe. The next topic is guided meditation.
Oh yeah, that would be a great way to wind down. So if everyone wants to just get super like comfortable, sit,
You
lay
gotta,
down,
like, close
whatever you
your
want to do.
Moose.
We'll do a wind down with some
Everybody
Meditate.
does it different.
what?
Everybody does guided meditation different. That's
Yeah, you can just practice your breathing. But maybe we could do like a 10-minute meditation where we're all just gonna cool down and tune into source and or whatever we tune into and
Yeah.
go from there. See what comes up for us. You guys cool with that? It's a big change of energy, but it's good.
No, I'm down.
All right, let's do it. You got something, Jesse?
Pardon?
You got
Yeah,
something lined up?
I'm just having a hard time wanting to stop listening to this. It's so good.
I was
Oh,
having a conversation today about how we are all a puzzle piece, and we may not fit right next to that other puzzle piece, but we all fit together in the big puzzle.
Absolutely.
And there's no one more greater than another. We're all equally as beautiful and important to that puzzle. And it's just, we're all magnificent. We all have that glow inside of us. And allowed to.
So I think this is the closest that I felt to like when I had a space when I went to Costa Rica. It's like I went there with like no understanding, or like I really just went there blind, right? For a crazy experience that I just trusted my brother, like my soul brother. Like he was like my oak in a way, and he was like, I didn't have the money to do it. It didn't make any sense, but I went anyways,
That's amazing.
and it changed my life. Like
Good
that
for you.
ayahuasca experience, like for me, I was in the jungle with like these total strangers, and the thing is like we're all just sitting there, vulnerable, wanting to know, like, you know, we're just accepting. I mean, at least me, I was like, I guess my total takeaway was surrender. And that's kind of
How
hard
old
to
were
do.
you when you did it?
I was like 30. What am I now? 43. It was like 8 years ago, or no, it was like 6 years ago or something. So, I still haven't done it since because it was terrifying. Like it shook me to a whole nother level, but I kind of I still feel like I'm. When it calls you, right? So it changed me in a way, and it's brought me to who I am and what I am at this point. And here I am on this panel. Hi, with all you guys.
What's happening? And when I was in Thailand, I experienced DMT for the first and second time, the only time that I did it. And it was from some U.S. Army retired guy. He was out there in Thailand, and he's like a medicine man, shaman type of guy. And experienced it for the first and second time. And I saw Egyptian goddesses dancing, trying to pull me into their energy. And I didn't want to look at them, and they ended up having snake tongues. And it was just like such a intense trip, first and second time. That's how it started. And then after about like maybe 5 minutes of them trying to bring my energy, I was thinking I didn't want to connect to that energy, so I didn't look at it, but I could see it out of the corner of my eye, my peripheral vision, right? And then after that, it was just beautiful colors and magical. I had the dog. I could see the dog's energy with my eyes closed in this world, and I could feel the light glowing on my side as the dog came and knew that I needed the dog beside me. One of the beach dogs in Thailand came right up on me, and I put my hand right on the dog, and we could just feel that light that was just flowing through us. It was like such a really intense experience, seeing actual energy, right? Like seeing what it is without the veil.
Yeah, this is crazy. If you don't mind me sharing a part of my experience, was that sweat? Like I always like I go to the gym a lot, and I was like, oh, you know, I sit in the sauna all the time, like no big deal, right? And when I was called to go there, there's like, oh, the sweat lodge or whatever, and that sweat lodge was like so intense because they didn't tell you the end or the beginning, and there was hot coals all day and all night, and I was the last one, like I was like the first one to crawl out, and I didn't realize that we had to do 4 doors, right? Because they didn't tell me that. And so I thought I survived the first door, and I was like, oh, I did it. I'm alive.
3 more.
But when I went, like the other reason that I went there, my grandpa just died on a whim. It's my last grandpa. And so when I'm sitting there in the tent with like this ritual and like all the ancient ancestors and stuff, I was calling on, I was like, grandma, grandpa, like I was calling on every energy because it was so hard for me to get through it. And it sounds like it should be so simple, but you're in a tent with like 20 people, right? And you can't give in, right? So like every ounce of me wanted to give up because it was so hot and it was so hard. And I thought, I think I'm gonna die. And then you realize all these other people maybe or may not be feeling the same way you are, but they're not giving in. And it's like it's like this unity, like it's
Test of will.
It's a test of will. Like there was a guy that was next to me. His name, I'll never forget. His name is Miguel, and he was like, Jeffrey. He had a really deep voice, and he goes, Jeffrey, just get low to the ground, touch the earth, and you'll be fine. And I was like, dude, he saved. That was all he had to say to me was that. And I like put my hand on the earth, and I felt so connected. And I was like, all right, I'm not gonna die, but I'm here, and I'm here with these people that are willing to do this, like willing to be part of this experience, right? So there's not a lot of people that will do things like that, like to test their will, like she said. Anyways, we can get back to the jam.
We are jamming. It's good. This is like freedom of expression, man. We love that. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, Jesse, I know you've been through a shit ton, but it's like I really, you're fucking open heart, dude. It's like I watch you. I follow you. I think you're just. I think you're an amazing dude. So.
Yeah.
Thanks, I appreciate that. It's been a long and sometimes really lonely journey, but I've always connected with so many people that, you know, I've had a really nice time. I love this place. People talk about not wanting to come back here, how bad this place is, but I've had like pretty much 98, 99% of my journey has been absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and I think it's because you just keep doing what you're doing, right? Like, regardless of what anyone thinks, whether it's 10 followers or like 60 or whatever, it's like, it's an energy that flows.
Yeah.
So I just, anyways,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm jumping in just to say, like,
I love you, man. Thanks for
I mean,
coming.
I may be on the tail end of
I
your
truly
journey
do
and
as a
stuff.
brother.
Yeah. So, but I think you're, you know,
Thanks, man.
I just feel what I feel. So
Yeah, man. Appreciate you sharing that here today. So I love you, man. Thanks. This has been so fun so far. I like this night. Y'all are so awesome.
Jesse, I gotta say, it's so magical. This is something that I actually always dreamed would be really cool. Would be like a live stream that like anybody could join, just and come and be a part of it. And there it is, right here. We're
Yeah.
part of it. We're having it. It's happening.
The live stream of consciousness in the house.
Yeah, totally.
And real and show that people are good people. Like, it doesn't matter what these matrix false illusionary beliefs that people go to. People are good in their heart. You can see it. You can tell just by, feeling the energy, seeing the energy.
Yeah.
okay, so
Feeling the energy.
this is something that I haven't been on panels in a minute, but like when I was expressing this earlier was the power of words, right? Whether it's what we speak things into existence, right? So if you're gonna tell someone they're garbage or they're a loser, or if you want to say to somebody like, I just know for a fact that I live my life into like perpetuating like goodness. So if I just stop somebody and say, hey, and you say one nice thing to them, it could change their day, it could change their entire week. It is very powerful. Like you really can transcend someone's mind because they may not know or feel that empowered about themselves, because there's a lot of people that are struggling and they're full of self-doubt.
Yeah.
And they don't have a community, it's like, so if you say one word to them, you can uplift them, right?
You don't know how much of an impact that may be. And it's like Uncle Fatty comes here and he's on like a ski hill, and his goal is to high five over hundreds of people every day. And so he's just does that as like that energy connection. And what good energy to spread around the earth is just being able to high five, and a good goal to have for every day.
Yeah, and if we all did that, right?
You know why it's so powerful? Because it's so easy.
It's so easy, you're right.
How easy is it to just
It's
have
so
that
easy
intention?
just to be nice.
Right? Just make your intention that. It's so easy. And it comes back tenfold, 20-fold, 30-fold,
No,
a
you're
millionfold.
right. You're right.
Everything is an equal reaction. They try to tell you opposite, but that's the inversion that they try to teach people. It's an equal reaction. So if you're putting out good and kindness and love into the universe, in kind it responds. If you're being the opposite dirtbag shit, disturber, guess what you see all the time? That's what's in your consciousness. You actually manifest it into your live stream of consciousness.
and the live streams.
100%.
Yeah, Jesse.
Do you wish it all just like run an island?
I can hear
Is that
the
possible?
island sometimes. I can hear
Or
that
just go
bad
into,
places
like
that
a
are
retreat,
happening.
right?
That's where we're going, and it's interesting that you say, because we have a friend that's looking at land in Costa Rica right now, like lots of acres, right, to freely roam.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. Because I think there's a lot of people that feel the same way, right?
100%, your
Definitely.
vibe attracts your tribe, and good people just magnify the existence, and the more it all comes together, the more magnificent becomes for everyone.
Yeah.
It's like you said, it's simple. The answers are simple. People overcomplicate things.
You're right.
Need to be right. It's their need to be right is what complicates it. Instead of just letting it flow, letting it be okay.
Yeah.
Dessa, you're on point.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I don't smoke weed lots, but I smoked a joint tonight. Smoked it a few days ago when we did the High Vibe Love Tribe. Before that, it was 2 weeks before the High Vibe Love Tribe we did. I'm not putting too much of medicine into my consciousness these days, right? I've done it for so many years at this point. So when I do this, it really excites me because it's a special day for me, because it's not one of those things that I'm always needing to take the cannabis or take whatever it needs for my medicine, right? Just trying to be as clear and as balanced as I can for myself today.
So I have a question for you, because I did like more mushrooms today.
That's amazing. You really like that. Are you microdosing or are you superdosing?
When did you do them?
No, I mean, I normally would do a microdose, but like today I was kind of like, I took it a little bit more, but I hadn't taken them in a while. So when I walked outside, I don't know. It's hard to describe the world. Like it was so fucking beautiful. I tried to film it and it doesn't matter. It doesn't do any justice. And I'm like, how could I share this to somebody with have this experience, like the same experience as me? And maybe they never will. But it was like,
you can get good at those digital art apps that you can animate things and you can create like whatever to make it be seen.
It just, I don't know. It just made me feel little, which is a good thing. It humbled me, like, just to step back, like, because the real world, like, problems fuck us up, right? And then when you walk out and you can see, like, in these eyes, like, whatever the mushrooms are, like, it's fascinating to me, because, like, you could actually get a prescription glasses and you couldn't see as clear as I saw today. So what the fuck does that mean? Like, what does mushrooms tap in my brain to where I can see HD? Like, I would never need glasses, like, ever. Like, it's fascinating to me to wonder, like, how you, just by taking a little bit of a mushroom can make you see crystal clear. You don't need glasses. I mean, you don't. I mean, like, I don't know. What's your thoughts on that?
On mushrooms?
No, I just, like, the point of, like, your brain is that powerful to where, like, Moose doesn't even need his glasses.
Okay, so what I think is that people have been either genetically or chemically got blockers and blocks put into them. So we don't see, we don't feel, we don't hear things like we're supposed to. So when you can take some, like, little bit of psychedelic mushrooms or things, then you can start to actually see and feel things for what they really are, not what this false illusionary matrix tries to tell you it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
So
I think conditioning. Also, there's a bit of conditioning. Like I agree with you. Like there is really no illness, right? If you in your mind you can eliminate it, but I think we've been conditioned so that ability is under layers and layers of conditioning that a lot of us can't reach. There are people who can. I mean, we've seen those videos of the yogis who are making a tumor disappear, all with their minds just surrounding this woman with a tumor, and they're just sending energy, and boom, it's gone. I mean, so all that stuff is real, but I think we're all at different levels of being able to get rid of that conditioning, that we've been taught what is real and what isn't real.
yeah, I mean, like until you see it, right? Until your own eyes.
Yeah.
And this is what happened with me. And even today, like I took more of a dose because I was kind of like, I want to go a little deep today. And I've had my plight like with just the real world shit, and then I just took a walk, and like Jesse, I shit you not, like I walked down my road for like 50 feet, and I was like, I had to breathe in and out. It was just so gorgeous, and I was like, what the fuck you worried about, man? Like, what are you really worried about? Like, this life is beyond amazing, and I guess it's what you take of it, I don't know. It just kind of set me back. It kind of like humbled me because, I guess I kind of needed that because I was worried about. I was so stressed out for a week or 2 weeks on this and this and this and this, and I'm like, fuck. And then everything came together, man, all in one moment. And then I just walked and was like, what are you really worried about, Jeff? And then there's an awesome dance party here. Hey,
there you go.
Do you think that maybe you needed this today?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think everything happens for some kind of reason. But I think you're
what
just
I said earlier. Who
you and Angelina are like you're such like positive vibes all the time. So
It is very heated.
eventually, like, I mean, maybe we all put on like some kind of facade or something. Like we're not all like. I mean, I'm kind of goofy and make jokes and have characters and stuff, but deep down, we're all kind of we're doing things, right? Like, so Angeline has kids and y'all are apart, and it's like there's so many things going on. But I think the point is that you put on like a structure or something to you with people that look up to, right?
Aspire.
Yeah, you aspire to. So yeah, the my motto that I always want to say is like inspire to aspire. So
I love that. Inspired to aspire.
or aspire.
That's beautiful.
To,
That's very
to
poetic.
inspire, yeah.
so,
Be a good chorus to a song.
Great.
but anyways, I don't want to take over this show. I just had to let it out because I do appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Well, whatever you're doing it right, man.
Yeah.
Really appreciating your vibes.
That's the whole thing that's so high energy right now is every single one of us appreciates every other one of us for what they are, for who they are, for what they're bringing to the table right now. So like Jesse said, there's no one greater than anyone else. We're all as great as each other, and we're all supposed to be here. This panel right now is supposed to be here.
Puzzle pieces. Everybody on this earth is supposed to be here. No one more greater than the other.
Hey, Moose. So good to see you, man.
He's amazing. He's like doing all clips. He's doing producing stuff. It's
Yeah.
amazing, man.
No, he is.
I see what's happening. I really like it.
No, he's on it.
My kids had a blast too. I don't know if you guys saw my oldest came up and danced a bit with me, and my other one was dancing in the background. And they're laughing, and it was awesome.
Nice.
And one heart, one life.
Yep.
Moose, actually, I will say this: you're very good at what you do, and no matter what, and you like all the shit that you went through, I think you have a good heart. So I'll just say that.
Oh, amazing! It flipped. Oh, it's a video.
Oh, that's right. Who's the black
There
square?
you go.
Fascinating.
Oh, Andrew. Okay.
Andrea.
Oh, sorry. I keep turning up the lights and it doesn't come out.
I
I thought
felt
we were going to
good.
meditate at the position.
I'm gonna have to turn that music down a bit. I'm having a little bit of a hard time hearing Andrea. Anybody else?
Yeah, it's hard to hear Andrea.
We just want to let
Don't
people
worry
know.
about the light, Andrea. You're beautiful. We're so happy you're here. It's all perfect.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I don't know how far we're behind on these comments, so these could be comments from like a half an hour ago when we had this one guy on. There was 1,200 people live. I was 2 hours behind on comments. We
Wow.
went for over 4 hours. I couldn't believe 2 hours behind on comments. I never seen anything like that. That was the donut.
That's awesome.
So Moose, what are you doing? Are you dealing with AI right now? Like he's taking 1 million pictures per second, right?
Moose put a comment here that said, sorry I would talk, but my wife and baby are asleep below me.
Oh, there you go.
So-
Perfect. Whatever you're doing is
You're so
perfect, man.
considerate.
You know, I personally don't want to leave this party, but I got to go to bed. It's I got work tomorrow. But I do want to say before I leave, Jesse Howe, bravo for gathering the vibe, for what you do. I know I saw you a couple of years ago, I think is when we first encountered each other. Your Missing Link show is amazing. And I invited you on the live stream and you were just so awesome to talk to. So I can't wait to have you back. We'll get a date after this. We'll set a date. But congratulations on everything and what you're doing. It's important work. It's really good shit.
Love it. Hopefully this inspires all.
I agree.
Yeah. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Bye, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for
Take
showing
Bye.
up.
good dance.
Live stream of consciousness. Michael's in. Pleasure. You got to come and hang out with us on the show. Michael's in. Yeah. Thank you too, says Moose. Moose, amazing workout.
I have a question, maybe, if it's timing. I'd love to hear some of your guys' most amazing experiences with the spirit or with Source.
So what's the question?
What's some of the most amazing experiences you've had with Source? It could be Source, your higher self, God, whatever you call it.
Okay, so I have a couple, but the most profound one that I had personally was I guess it's not an out of body experience, but it's like I had a dream that my father was dying, and in my dream, so I was struggling with alcohol, and my friend was like pushing me to stop, and I was like, I was trying to fighting it, right? And then I had this dream that my dad died, and in my dream he died like over, and then I woke up, and then he died again. It happened like 5 times straight. And the last part of my dream, my dad walked over to the table with me and my sister crying. Like we both had our heads down on the table and we were bawling. And I was like, you know, why wouldn't you quit smoking and drinking, Dad? And he just started laughing. He laughed at me, his ghost, because he's a goofy guy. And he was like, you know, why don't you take your own advice? And I woke up like sweating, chills, vibrating. I can't really explain it. Like it was maybe like one of those experiences where you're like paralyzed, where you can't even get up. And then after that, like everything changed in my mind. Like I don't know. It's like something changed in me. Like I saw the cosmos different. I don't know. It's like I was having lucid dreams. This shit happened for like 6 months straight, where I couldn't even explain it to my parents, and they thought that I was crazy or some shit. But it changed me in a way that I felt I needed to help or try to. I couldn't even really transcend my message, I guess, because that sounded crazy. But the synchronicities like happened. Like this happened right before I started my business and everything. Like even the name that I started my business like came out of nowhere. It came into my brain. Like Pure Ascension is the name of my company. And then when I went home for Christmas, my sister's like her apartment complex right next to me, they were called Ascension. I'm like, I mean, there was just so many things. Like there was people calling me from across the world out of nowhere on Messenger, sending me like singing to me, talking about past lives, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like it's so much to unpack. I sound like a crazy person. But it happened to me and it was real, and I think it happens to other people too, right? So
Just imagine when children see these spirits, see this energy, sees angels, sees all the beauty that's around us, and a parent says, no, you didn't see that, that didn't happen, tells the child what they're seeing, experiencing, and feeling, it didn't really happen, and how confused a child would be when they see that.
Or tells them it's something bad and that they need to pray. And
You
so
can't
when you
see
feel
that.
energy from there on, you start feeling scared instead of just allowing it to be what it is. It happens to all of us in one way or another, right?
It happened to me.
Welcome back, beautiful. Yay.
My phone died.
You want to go next?
I'm going through a lot of changes right now. We're being pretty squeezed here, and with taxes, they raised the taxes, the prices are going up, and I'm going to have to sell my house.
Aww.
So I've had a couple meltdowns, try and start packing, and it's not fun.
Wow. Well, we're sending you all our love. We're not closer, but we're sending you our love, our energy. This is going to be an adventure. Just keep thinking of it like that. It's going to be an adventure. Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe this is going to shake some fun things up, and you never know, right?
Right.
Yeah, you're a good person. You're a good person, so good things are going to happen, right? So just know that the universe, source, God, love has you taken care of.
Some of my friends have called that I haven't seen in a while and come in and helped me pack the past 2 weekends. And somebody's coming this weekend that I didn't expect. So I think I call them my living angels are showing up.
Yay, that makes me so happy.
And Angeline, wasn't that was Angel, was a messenger, was an actual, when they talked in the book?
Yeah, angels
like an
were
earthly
actual
messenger?
messengers. Yeah, often, yeah.
So, and they changed that into, you know, not a person being able to be magnificent. Strange how they've changed, you know, how to connect. It's the opposite. They told people, do this. It's the opposite of what you're supposed to.
Right.
And
That's
did
for
people
sure.
fall for it?
Yeah.
Make
And
sure
the
while
past
you're
life
doing
thing, the past life things, I call it ancestors. So it makes it a little easier so they don't think I'm crazy. You know, but I have seen past, I've had past lives.
well, a lot of people have seen them, so something to
Yeah.
it. Make sure you turn up
So,
that music while you're doing all that work and enjoy.
yeah, not alone. I know I'm not alone anymore now. Thanks to you guys.
Never
So,
alone.
would it be fair to say, like Michael said, did you need this tonight?
Yes, I did need this tonight. I appreciate it.
Amazing. Michael was like, I could probably speak for everybody. We all needed this tonight, and you know, I feel the same.
Yes. I
I'm
enjoy
gonna
it.
break the silence real fast, and I'm just gonna say that sometimes bad things happen, and there's a reason for it. You know, like the farmer, his son broke his leg, right? But his son broke his leg instead of like getting hit by a car or something like that. You know what I mean? So like, even though you're going through a hard time, I think that there's a reason that you're going to go through this hard time. It's going to save you from something worse, and there's got to be a good thing to come out of it. That's all I got to say.
100% Moose, and we can't always explain why things happen or why things are said. We can't always comprehend that, but how we respond to it is on us. That's the most important thing, because that's the energy that comes back at us, and that's the most important part. No matter how good or shitty the situation may be, it's how you respond to that is the most important.
I know
Yeah.
I'm not the only one. It's happening too, you know. It's getting hard here.
They're squeezing everybody, right? So there's not, you know, unless you're in the club, you're getting squeezed, and it's not a solo thing. Some are a little more comfortable than others, but they're still getting squeezed. So you're either in the club and they don't care because they print the money, or everybody else is feeling squeezed, feeling the pinch, feeling a little things, and that's why we, you know, manifest that we're open the doors to freedom for all is a better way to keep that vibration. And you know, I have a good feeling about things to come, so I don't know, I know others do.
I do too.
And I have, but it's just kind of threw me for a loop.
So, hey,
up time.
but so like I have questions for Angeline, because she's so tapped into source. You can already tell, like she's like some kind of angel from something else. So
My name actually means angelic heavenly messenger. As weird as that is.
That's what Angeline
Whatever.
means.
Yeah, it's like, so no matter what you do or say, like the way you are received with your purpose, like anywhere you like present yourself, right, it's disarming. So like there's no one that can not accept you, like, or your opinion, because there's something disarming about you, because you're so accepting, and the way you receive people, no matter. And Jesse, you do the same thing. Like when you do interviews, I've watched a lot of your interviews. It's like you're never condescending. Like you listen. So I think that's like it's a superpower to
It's a
listen.
skill in
to
itself
other
for
people.
sure.
Yeah,
Superpower,
because-
that's wow. Appreciate you saying that, but it's definitely a skill, because you know it gives people the ability to just freely share themselves, and that's all we want is people to see the best out of everybody without, you know,
Because
without
a lot of
twist it.
people are afraid to say or open up because they sound crazy, right?
Yeah.
And so, to have a platform
Yes.
and to actually listen without like judgment, it's a big thing, right?
Thanks, man. I appreciate
I
you
mean,
seeing
I
that.
mean, like, you know, so if you feel comfortable sharing something about yourself, I mean, maybe that's never happened for some people their whole life. Like
People really want
maybe
to
their own
learn.
parents, like maybe no one will listen to them, right? So maybe the internet has given us this ability to not judge. And
to
I mean,
connect with people.
I guess it's.
Technology
I mean, I
hasn't
guess
been
it sounds
forgotten.
like it's not real, but it is real because if you watch people every day, I mean, I guess you start to think that they're like. I don't think you're putting on a persona, right? I just
Yeah,
think,
no, that's Angeline is so genuine. So, and meeting her, seeing the genuine, beautiful, kind being, the angelic inside of her is like, for me, is perfect, is mirroring my heart. And, you know, I've like, you know, felt so glorious ever since.
yeah.
That's the
So
big reason I fell in love with Jesse too. He never ever was anything but who he was, like
Twin
right from
flame.
the get go. Yeah.
Twin flame.
and it sounds cheesy, but you can feel it through the screen.
It's not sounding cheesy at all.
I mean,
Actually,
you really can. Like with
That
people
makes us
that,
happy.
yeah, you know, it's like it's an energy. It's through the ether, right?
Right.
Hermetics and whatever you want to call it. The ether is real. So these vibrations that we're feeling like through the internet, whether it's like we're not in person. If I was in person, I would give you like mad hugs.
I love hugs. And you just
We'd be
gotta,
dancing. Yeah,
you just
we'd be
gotta
dancing and swirling around. But like,
me.
yeah, like, but through the internet, like, I mean, we could do that too, and call it cheesy, call it cupcaking. I don't really give a fuck because it is actually real.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
It is.
digital experience is real, and that's why, as you know, as much as they want people to be afraid of technology has helped to grow in so many different ways. And so, as much as anything else, if it's flowing freely, then it'll be beautiful. If people want to take control of it, then you know that's their own, you know, energy that they're putting into it. So I love this, that we can be in different parts of the world right now and still be together. It's, you know, really beautiful for me in my experience today.
Dude, so when I did my ayahuasca experience, like the lady that was, she was the it was her house. Once I went deep, I was wondering, like, in my head, I was like, how long have I been here? Because the way that they were singing, it was the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. Like, she could sing, and I was like, man, she's like a witch. Like, like, as in, like, I guess not in a bad way, like a white magic witch. And she could have kept that frequency going, and I probably could have been stuck in that space and forever, and I didn't even realize what time was until I finally like went out of it. But I remember thinking to myself before I like went really deep into ayahuasca, I was like, how long? Yeah, the same thing. I was like, how long have I been here? Who? And then it was just a transcendental like experience. Like, it was fascinating. And once you snap out of it, I was like, oh, she could have kept me here forever. Like, I really felt like she could have kept me in that, not just the medicine, but I think with her voice, and it was almost cultish, but in a good way. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to explain.
Music, vibrations, sounds, it's all healing, right? It can take us different places. Like the vibrations create sounds. It could be very much a big part of what everything is here together is sound and vibration and being interpreted into different things. Like I love singing. I used to sing healing over people all the time.
You should sing for us right now.
Nah. it's the thing is my mic is set up, so if I sing, it just cuts me out because it's like set up to cut out certain noises. So then I start singing and then it's just blank. So I gotta set it up different. But yeah.
Well, anyways,
But I do on my
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I was just kidding.
It's
but
all good. On my YouTube channel, I have a little bit of singing that I did, but definitely not great. It was a while ago. I need to
She
set
sings
up
like
better.
an angel, so every time I hear her voice, all her family are very talented singers and musicians and stuff.
Oh yeah, my kiddos can trump me big time. I'm glad they got that passed down.
Awesome.
yeah, see, you can tell the most humble people. You don't need to say a thing. So
More dancing, says the Robert Escobar Show. So a little while ago, we got a time thing when Michael left, and that was the comment that went up. So he probably left. I don't know. What do you all think? Maybe 20 minutes, 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes? Anybody think they could?
Oh,
Michael's in live stream of
That's how far
consciousness
back we are?
when he went. That's how far back we are in comments right now. And
you're going through every single comment.
Yeah.
I like to see, and so we're back a little bit, and
Yeah.
we
Anyone
do
else
so
wanna
much.
Tell us an experience.
Robadoo, that sounds like a Louisiana name.
Ron Robadoo, what's up, brother? Aspire to inspire before you expire. I love it. I need to screenshot that one. Thanks, Ron. You're awesome. Ron Robadoo.
I don't know if I have more dancing in
Eastern
I came
Canada.
down too hard. You cupcaking.
So many all types here. It's quite amusing. Always keep you on your toes, hey?
Yeah. Angeline, the family dance.
Was
on-
Aramis on camp?
Yeah, okay, she came up.
I couldn't see the names on my phone because my phone has everybody so like teeny tiny.
Oh yeah.
I have no idea who was up. I was just dancing away.
I liked your kitchen. It was one of the highlights of my night. Yeah, your disco kitchen.
Yeah, well, we got, it's a pretty busy house here, and it's like the only space the biggest space we have where we can like kind of dance or whatever. So we dance in there, we do our yoga in there, I do my exercise twice a week in there. Our kitchen is a busy place, and then my oldest loves to bake, so it's like always hopping in there.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's why the lights are set up in there.
Yeah, we hang out there at night. We'll turn on like the orange light so it's nice and dark. Kind of wind everybody down. We'll drink some tea or something.
What about you, Jeff? Experience with Source?
Do what?
Your experience with creation, Source, energy, the energy that, kind of finds us all. Anything that has been like, your most profound?
Not counting drug experiences.
Any experience, yeah.
Even when that stuff does happen, to me, it all comes from the body. It's all from my body or my brain or something. So I just take it as that. But the where the experiences get most weird is between people. When you add another person, then like people knowing what each other are going to think or finishing each other's thoughts or being so connected that there's like this synchronicity between them that's bigger than either of the two of them as individuals. So that's where, like, whatever you want to call that kind of stuff gets really weird to me in my naturalistic world where there's no spirit or supernatural or anything. That's where I guess what substitutes for that happens for me is between other people, like the freaky things that happen when the inner subjectivity, when two people's minds are interacting.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Like connection, I guess, is as close as I've come to source. Connection and love and community and things like that. But I wouldn't call any of that weird or freaky or mystical, but that's where I've experienced the most. Except for love. That can get pretty freaky.
Love is life-changing.
And what does love mean to you, Jeff?
Well, there's different kinds, but I've had the one I had with my partner was the kind where you're kind of like one soul, two bodies. Like you're connected on such a deep level that you feel each other's, you feel everything about each other. You finish each other's sentences. Like somebody's hungry for hamburgers and you like pick up a bag of hamburgers on the way home for no reason whatsoever. And the person's hungry. It's like that kind of like weird, deep synchronicity. And like when he cried, I cried. When he laughed, I laughed. What upset him or hurt him, I felt it upset and hurt me as though it were affecting me the same way because we were so connected on that level. And then when he died, it was like feeling, I felt his death. And it was like having a phantom limb. It was like a part of your soul, like it was once there, is not there anymore. You keep reaching for it, type of thing, because it became part of you almost physically. That's the highest love.
Do you still feel your partner?
No, because I don't believe in an afterlife, which I think was a good thing because I might have tried to join him if I did, but I knew it was pointless, so that was never like a serious option. He shows up in dreams sometimes, and it's nice. It like I wake up and I have that fresh experience that memory gets.
So why don't
to get like relived in a dream, and I get that fresh encounter with his presence and the memory of it.
So can I ask you, like, why don't you believe in the afterlife?
Especially after watching him die, if there was any doubt before watching him die, I got to see death. I got to see the death process, and it's very peaceful. It's not anything to worry about. But I don't think there's anything beyond that. I think he was on a ventilator, so it was like a big slow process, and you could see the vitals drop. And eventually,
Okay, I know, but like that's on a material like.
Yeah, but I don't think there's anything other than that. So,
do you think maybe
I don't know what the non-material would be?
Okay, so yeah, go ahead, Jesse.
I'm just wondering, Jeff, if you maybe think that the, need to have your partner here kind of maybe trump the actual feeling that the partner left at the time that it left, the energy that you didn't actually feel because you were so, sad and wanting, the person to still be here, that it maybe you didn't see that energy jump.
I wasn't there at the exact moment they turned him off. His mom was, and she told me about it. And I'm glad I wasn't. It was very graphic. I don't know. I don't know that that's the memory the final memory I would have wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but we were there all night and until like 3 or 4 in the morning, and then they didn't turn him off until late into the next day.
So what do you agree or disagree that this is why I don't like to fuck with people's beliefs or their faith? It's because my grandparents were very, very religious, and they're so endowed into their faith that I believe that if you believe that's what's happening to you when you're dying, then good for like good for them. Like
I
you
don't
wanna-
even before
you-
that.
like you don't want to disrupt that, like, right? So if they think they're going to heaven or to see their other
Oh,
like their then
I don't know what would
why
be going.
why fuck up people with their faith? Because I think faith is like so important.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not trying to fuck up anybody with their faith. And if
Well, no,
people believe
I wasn't disagreeing with you, but I'm just saying, like, I think faith is something that's it's underestimated. Like, I mean,
yeah, I
Our
know.
belief, our beliefs open and close doors for us, and it's wherever we're comfortable. Our beliefs are what allow things in and close doors to different things. So, I mean, we're all where we're at. Like, we're all being met where we're at. I definitely believe in the other side because I went through an intense year of being everybody on the other side, and I lost a lot of people in my life and helped them pass to the other side. And it is a very amazing experience, and a lot of them were afraid. And you do see that little light sometimes that goes with them, the same light that they saw when people become pregnant. And I was taught a lot of bad things in my religion, that they were in a bad place and all this stuff, and I just kept experiencing something different than what I was being told from them, like little messages and like just things that couldn't have been just me. And after going through like the years and years of theology and history and Bible study and all that stuff to kind of understand the Bible and read it in its original languages and everything, I didn't realize I'd like get myself right out of religion and just see it for the beautiful book it was without it being a religion. And I just, once I got free from all my fears and realized that a lot of that stuff was made up, the fearful stuff, it was like I just started seeing people everywhere. I remember being in a Walmart parking lot and seeing like this guy's little dog chasing him that wasn't like on the other side, or someone's best friend walking with them. Or once I was waiting in line up to go into a healing conference, and it was a Christian thing, and there was a lady standing in front of me, and I just kept seeing this little girl, and I didn't know what the hey it was. I didn't know who this person was. I saw her length of hair, the color, all this stuff, and I'm like, oh, do I go for it? Because I've been having so many of these experiences, and I was like, so I started telling her about it, and she freaked out and started ripping through her purse and pulled out a postcard, and it had like a painting that her daughter painted, and she goes, my daughter just passed away from cancer. You described her exactly like she is. And I'm like, well, she's here with you. And then I started sensing she was running around the church with another little girl, and I'm like, it felt like she had a car or a horse accident and brown hair and all this stuff. And she's like, yeah, passed away a few years before her. And I'm like, wow. And this lady was so amazed and so touched, and then it broke my heart because I could tell that she started remembering that the church taught that stuff was bad and everything, and she started feeling like, oh, I don't know what to do. I was taught this is bad. I don't know if this is okay. And she went from feeling all good to like not knowing what to do. And so, from then on, I just, you have to watch because they open and close doors, our beliefs, right? But it really is, I believe it's a beautiful thing on the other side. Nobody's suffering. Suffering is in the flesh. Everything we suffer with happens here in this body of ours. And when it's gone, our energy is free. Like, we're not limited anymore. And so I try not to limit my mind as much as I can. But also not have fear. Like, fear to me is a bunch of baloney, because even in death, source has got us, right?
Yeah.
Whatever source is. I'm not going to say I know what it is, but I don't think it's anything to fear.
And that's honest, because people like to put it into a box and then limit what it actually is. And we've been programmed so much to think differently that, you know, trying to explain what that source is and putting it into a box is probably one of the hardest tasks that it could ever be imaginable. And then people seem to feel that they need to tell people what that source is. Then it's really crazy because they're trying to hammer their source into somebody else's head. And then that's where a big disconnect happens.
I will be right back in a sec.
People that don't believe in the afterlife, I tell them, I'll give you something to believe in. Believe in yourself and believe in love.
Love is that source. It's a vibration
It
in
is.
itself. And people connect, have Akashic records and all kinds of different ways to connect to that love. But it's something that has actual, you know, measurable energy.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
I've seen
absolutely. It
so
was the
many
best
people.
I've ever been. Like, as a
I've
person.
seen so many people dying and cared for them to the end that I've had some experiences with people and asked them to show me something, you know, after they're gone. Like my friend, she always said that this little cardinal was her son that died, came to visit her. And so I had a cardinal come and visit me, a female cardinal.
No, that
And
happened.
at one point they had a bee problem where she lived, and I was painting some stuff, and it was going to be a bee, and it was landed right on there. So to me, it was a sign.
So right after my dream that I was telling you guys about, the very next day, like I had a desk in the corner of my like the little shitty room that I didn't want to be there. I wasn't doing what I was meant to do. But after that dream that I had, like vibrating, convulsing, like almost like anyways, the next day
Download.
I sat at my desk, and there was two cardinals, not one but two, a male and a female, and I felt like it was my grandpa and my grandma visiting me. I mean, just to assure me.
I'm okay.
It may sound crazy, but it's like,
No.
that shit really happened. Like, it really happened for
Yes.
me. So I think that's why we're all here, right?
Connected.
We're all
To
connected.
tell it what your truth is. We're on different paths, but to tell what your truth is, and they have this great platform to do that. And I'm so thankful for it, and I've learned a lot from a lot of different walks of life.
And I'm happy for you, sister. I think we're all like really happy. Like what I've come to realize is like I want people to do well. Like I don't want to ever discourage someone that's doing well, right? Because good on them, right? So it's not the envy, it's not the ego for someone doing well in life, because you want people to, in my life, you want people to do well, because if you're doing well and then everyone's doing well, then you want to share that. It's the greedy people, and they talk shit or they do whatever. Why would they do that? Like, why? Like,
people
why
are
would
monkeys.
they? Yeah, like, why would they want to? If they're already doing well, like, why would they shit on anyone else?
That's the envy and ego, is the ones that look to shit on other people for whatever reason, right? That's their envy and ego that talks.
I'm not afraid of what anyone believes because our higher selves, our deeper knowing, whether we're paying attention to it or not, we know something more than what we say on the
I
outside.
think, yeah, I believe, like, I think the body knows more than the mind, or
That's why
is
when you speak something or you hear something that feels truth, even if your brain can't make sense of it, you resonate somehow. Like you can feel that there's something true about it, right?
Her Dinkum stuff says, in my limited comprehension, mankind individuals are all governed by the 7 emotions and 6 desires. What are
complicated.
your thoughts on that?
My thoughts, it sounds very complicated. That's what we're governed by.
Unsimplifying things there.
Oh Lord.
Okay, Nancy says, one of my best friends was murdered before my son was born 13 years ago, and she never got to meet my son. One morning when I woke up, I was listening to my son, Aiden, jumping around in his crib when he woke up, and suddenly he started to laugh really hard, and then he said her name, Anna, out loud, and I started to cry because I knew she was in the room making him laugh. Aiden was only a year old and couldn't talk yet. Oh my gosh. I have a story like that. I had my 3 kids, and then I had a miscarriage, and this we named this baby Gabe, and I never ever told the kids about it ever. And my kids were like laughing and joking around. I never like this at this point. I was not discouraging them, and they saw good things now, right? Like, and they kept telling me things, and they're like, "Mom, there's a kid in here, and he has red hair, and blah blah blah." And then they told me like he's always hanging out with us. He's everywhere we go. And then my youngest was like, "He's hanging off the light," and I'm like, "What?" And then they told me they started calling him Gabe and said his name was Gabe, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I need to tell you guys something. I think this is a sibling." So it's just just kids are so open, right? Like they just don't have all this stuff in their head that blocks them until the world gets in there. And that's why we were talking about even communicating. You were talking earlier, Jeff, about communicating without words with other people, even here. It is like we have that gift. It's these bodies that limit us, but we're so much more, right? So even Jesse and I, people would be surprised that when Jesse and I are together, we're actually pretty quiet. We're not like super talky, but we communicate with our energy, right? And so like we're actually pretty quiet. Like we get on here, we talk with everyone and everything, but it's like a different kind of connection. So we have a little bit of a hard time when we're apart because we're not big wordy people when we're talking, but it's so nice when we're together, right?
So it would be like that much more like magnanimous when you guys are together.
What?
It's amazing.
It's like
it's amazing.
Yeah, like it's more
the
that
energy is so
more
high
mag-
and
yeah,
at
so-
such a like a beautiful, peaceful place, and it's like really high vibrational.
Very flow.
Yeah, and Jesse, I've only seen you ever triggered once, and we all probably know why, but it's kind of bullshit, right? It was probably justified. Yeah, I don't want to bring that energy into it, but it's like
I'm a Scorpio. I have the power to heal or to harm, and I have a button.
Yeah, I know, you remember everything.
I don't. I've had to, deal with many things throughout my life, and I'm not opposed or afraid of having to deal with things at times.
He's Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Mercury.
I love that.
And a Virgo rising, so he's
No,
got
no,
some
wait, are you-
he's got
I'm
it.
Scorpio with Virgo rising too.
No, that's the best
That's
response I've
amazing.
ever heard. Like without responding with the responding.
It's
That's
just honest
great.
from my heart. Honest from my heart.
But it's a gift because he's not afraid of the darkness. He's not afraid of the hard
Yeah.
stuff. He's not
That's our
afraid to
home.
dive into the deep things,
Okay,
right?
so I wonder this with like myself, like if you're like raised in a good family, right? Maybe they haven't pushed you like deep or hard to your
Poof.
He touched a nerve there.
Hopefully he finds his way back. But I know that for Jesse and I, like, well, I definitely was not raised in a great family situation, that's for sure. But that was a huge part of my growth journey, I guess. Yeah. No, we didn't boot him, just so everybody knows. He just poofed, so we'll see if he comes back.
Sometimes that happens. Sometimes people poof on these panels.
Yep. Who knows? Maybe
I'm
his
gonna have to
device
poof
died or
soon
something.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
I got
Take
Thursday.
care of yourself. Make sure you get good sleep. We all want to be our best every day, right?
Yeah.
As fun as these are.
Love and light. And I love y'all. I gotta get going.
Lovely.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Michelle, for coming, hanging
so
out,
much.
and
Love
just
you.
helping magnify this energy for all of us around.
I
You
enjoyed
do
it.
this
Thank
every
you.
week, Jesse?
We did this kind of little different 7 days a week, 2 to 4 hours a night for 11 straight months when they wanted people to be afraid. We just came up and just did this every night, but we invited people to come join, and not a lot of people came and joined during our session. So, but a lot of people lit up the chat, right? So there was just so many people, doing this. So we're not sure exactly how this is going to flow, but it's nice to, see this and experience this here tonight and see how it went.
Yeah, I'm gonna start trying to incorporate some of it into my panels too.
Sweet.
We could do this every day. It's so fun.
Jesse does a lot of interviews almost every single day, but we love doing this too. So, watch out for us. We'll probably pop on maybe a couple times a week at least and have these
Yeah,
fun
I
times.
might
So,
talk with Jesse in a few months in March.
Yeah, Gen X Jeff is coming to share his story on the missing link.
awesome. Yay. Can't wait to hear.
So yeah, thank you again. This is fun. I'm dancing. My energy is. I think I chilled down, I cooled down too much.
Good.
It was amazing. We didn't even have to get into a guided meditation for it.
So
You'll
I'm
sleep
already
good
there. That
tonight.
would knock me out.
Hopefully we'll all sleep
yeah,
good
thank-
tonight. That was awesome.
Thank you so much for coming and hanging out.
Yeah, I'll do it again. Take care.
Sweet.
Awesome. Blessings.
Bye, Jeff. Everybody, Gen X Jeff. He does live streaming as well on YouTube.
How are you doing, Andrea? You got any cool stories for us?
Are we gonna do the meditation? No.
I guess we could.
Or do you want to hear my spiritual moment?
Yeah, that would be
Love to
amazing.
hear it. Just speak up close to your mic, maybe, so we can hear ya. Maybe we'll turn that music down.
Yeah, I did it too.
Anyway, I had just broke up with my boyfriend 2 weeks earlier, and I was really drunk and upset, sad. I'd had just a trail of family deaths and stuff. So there was a lot of sadness for me going on during that time. But anyway, I was getting kind of angry because I had wasted so much time on this guy. It was like 3 years, no big deal, but so I started getting angry and I was really buzzed. And then next thing I know, it's just like everything in the room changed. And there was people sitting over here at a table right in front of this window. And I was standing up by the bar, or actually, I had the music on, and I don't know how the music got turned off, but it just like got turned off. And so anyway, they started talking to me, and they basically just right off the bat were saying, you need to choose a side. And I was like, you know, kind of paused a little bit. And then I went, well, of course I'm going, you know, with God like that, you know, like I had to pick a side because I guess they were saying I was straddling, you know, like I had one foot in the not such a good girl world and the other foot like totally spiritual. So anyway, as soon as this all happened, I just like instantly became like dead sober. Like it was so bizarre because I was really hammered. Like I was kind of scared because I was so hammered. But when that happened, it was like instant sobriety. And when they were talking to me, it was like you were just saying, Angeline, it was not like verbal. It was all very, you know, frequency. And I didn't even need to see them, even though when I looked over here, it was all very dark, like I wasn't supposed to see them. It was weird, but it was amazing because it was the most comfortable and safe I had ever felt in my life, and the very most loved I had ever felt in my life. It was unbelievable. And it was just like the conversation went really fast because it's like, it's almost like you're kind of like a, you know, you've been chipped by Elon Musk or something, and you could think really fast and talk really fast, communicate thoughts really fast and all this kind of stuff. But it seemed like a normal pace. You know what I'm saying? Like it seemed normal. It didn't seem like we were talking really fast, you know, except for when I paused, when they said, you know, you need to pick a side. But they weren't even telling me that I needed to do it right that minute or in 2 weeks, you know. But I was like, I don't think I better pass this chance up. I said, I'm coming. You know, I'm with you guys. And so just that moment really changed my life. I'd always been kind of like mostly very spiritual my whole life and mostly believed in God. I just call it God because that's what people understand it as. To me, it's just like an energy though, more than anything. It's like you can't really tell people kind of like, it's weird because there's no speaking. And so anyway, so they said, yeah, you need to choose a side, you know, pick a side between being a brat and actually being, you know, like, you know, being light of the light. And it changed my life. You know, I had some other things happen right before that, you know, like I was getting close, you know, already. But I didn't know that was going to happen. I never expected to have, you know, it was almost like like an intervention, you know, kind of like, but it was a spiritual intervention. And there was no bad feelings. I was a little bit ashamed because I was hammered, but I could tell it didn't really matter. I could tell they actually didn't like it. But I think they actually came to save my life because I was killing myself with the alcohol. That's what happened. And I had been praying a lot about it. I've been just saying, you know, you gotta help me because I'm not helping me. And so I kind of brought it on, and it was interesting after a whole lifetime of never having a confirmed feeling that there really is a God, even though I would say I was like 99% sure there was, but there was that one little percent that I'm like, I don't know, you know, and then that just changed everything. You know, I was just like, there you go. You've been asking for this your whole life, and here it is. Okay, so that's it.
That's amazing.
Beautiful.
Yes, it's love. I just like to say that energy is like love, like an experience
Yeah.
you'll never have again. Like, I mean, like we can have all the time if we want, but being open to that. You might really enjoy looking into IANDS, IANDS, It's a lot of people's testimonies of NDEs, near death experiences, and they describe a lot of really beautiful experiences, quite like what you're talking about. Like, as soon as your awareness goes to one thing, it's like you're there. It's like you're
It just
like
changed
instantaneous.
here out of nowhere. But here's another thing that I forgot to tell you. This is big, actually. It was January 31st, 2018, at about like 3 in the morning. It was a full super blood moon and an eclipse, a total eclipse. I'm just like, and so that's what was happening. It was going into the eclipse, and I was getting more angry and more angry as the moon went away. And then as soon as it covered up completely, there was this like that. I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but whenever there's a lunar eclipse, total lunar eclipse, there's just like the wind stops. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, the wind stops, everything gets super quiet. It's a trip. Anyway, so I guess that's because everybody stops and watches, so it gets really peaceful, But as soon as it's covered up completely, that's when I was at my peak. But then they walked in, and then as they were walking in, this is a long stretch, of course, because of the moon thing. But when it started coming back into the light, everything changed. I mean, I was just like, I'm totally I'm never going back to that guy. I don't need that in my life. And, and then that's when they appeared, right then, when I just like made that decision. I'm not going back, because I started feeling like better when the moon came out of the darkness. The light started coming, So I know I'm rambling.
The moon has got a lot of energy. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like, thanks for sharing. There's so much, and different people feel it different ways, and everybody has the ability to feel it, and they've closed off our ability to feel supernaturally, telling people it's wrong to feel things that are of the supernatural. But believe in the supernatural, just don't feel them. They try to confuse people like that.
And it helped me with like communicating with my family too after that, like my dad and my sister. Not so much my mom, because I didn't really know her that well, but my dad and my sister they'd all passed, one in 2016, one 2017, one 2018. So, but I was able to communicate with my sister and my dad, who are like my nuclear family, and my brother. But it just like after having that communication with them all here sitting at that table, it was like they're wearing dark robes. I know that's weird, but I've heard other people say that. It's like they don't really want you to see them. I think it's like they want you to use your energy rather than your visual and your mouth.
Feel them.
So anyway, yeah, that was amazing. And it's hard to explain it to people because because there is no language and there is no visual and there is no hearing, nothing, It's all like some other kind of like way advanced communication.
Because it's without limits. So like when we're in the physical, it has limits, but even while we're in our physical body, we can step outside and outside those limits. That's that's some people get there through meditation, some people get there in all different kinds of ways, but or having a major experience like you did, like just some things allow us to kind of come out of our limitations and we can connect in amazing ways. And of course, we're still trying to interpret all the energy with what we have, right, in our minds and whatnot, but they can meet us exactly where we need to be met,
Totally changed my relationship with myself. It's kind of like it was pushing me in that I love myself, which I would never before. That was like, oh no, I don't want to think about that, And then the other thing was I lightened up a lot because I kind of have, you know, thing going on.
Yeah, there's nothing to be afraid of. I think that's the most beautiful revelation of all. It's us. It's all us. Like,
And that was my revelations. Was the first one was, you know, you probably heard me say it before, was this is before that they were here. This is probably like a month or so before. You know, we were all going through that thing of the world's just going crazy, man. What's going on? And I went, well, first of all, this is not a good time to be drinking, you know, in this like cosmic craziness that we've been in for the last like 4 years. You know, this is a really bad time to be drinking. Anytime's a bad time, but that definitely is a bad time. But I'm a little stoned. I'm sorry.
No, it's awesome. It's so great to hear you like share, and you know.
and you're doing amazing. I don't even notice that you're stoned. I'm getting great info from this.
Oh, good. I'm hoping I'm communicating. Oh, but I know there was a couple other things I wanted to tell you guys about. Darn it, I can't remember. Oh,
It's
wow.
all good and perfect timing, and you know you're talking very coherent. So you don't, if you have any self-consciousness, we can comprehend you very well.
You know what's interesting about that is like something like this is like I'm not really that comfortable with it, but I can go up in front of a full room of people and sing, and I can bartend like nobody's business. You know, I'm just like the most like outgoing person when I'm behind the bar. Not so much with the singing, but definitely behind the bar. I run that. But the singing's tough. It's a lot like this actually for me. There's kind of a like, but I've seen you come a lot out of your shell too, Angeline, in the last couple of years. Amazingly, you know.
I'm going in and out of my shell, but it's always a new thing, right? Being birthed, I think.
You've really blossomed into this. You're like, you know, Jesse too. You guys both have your own unique niche in the whole thing of all the people that do, you know, whatever. I mean, it could be news, could be podcasters, could be whatever, but your guys' is really unique in that even if you're not talking or, you know, communicating, you still feel included. You know, you really do. And that's like good. I mean, especially after this last couple of years, it's been so like, you know, with the lockdown. And then after the lockdown, I couldn't come out of it. But I was already kind of like that anyway. I like to stay home.
And you know, this time that we're in, a lot of people are kind of isolated still, and we've really clinged on to our electronics and things like that. So if we can still find a way to connect and raise our vibrations even while we're here, you know, hopefully that'll resonate out in life.
I use mine as like a magazine because like I go to like homes, what do you call them? Those homesteader sites and stuff like that. So I'm like sitting on Facebook because that's where all my pages are. And it's like, I'm not even using it like Facebook except for when I go and see you guys and a couple other people, of course. And then, of course, you know, all those crazy videos I sent you. Gotta stop doing that. So, what about I know your moment when you got stabbed and you saw that light.
That was pretty profound. Well, it wasn't the light when, you know, it was the source creator, creation, whatever it was, said, get up or you're gonna die, Jesse. And that reverberated through my head, heart, skull. Like I heard like something I've never, ever experienced in my life. But another time I was in this, the Castle pub, and we had eaten some chocolate covered mushrooms, and it was like 2.5 grams, and we're in the castle, and all of a sudden, right in front of me popped the Grim Reaper, and I swung as fast as I could to knock this thing out because it didn't look good at all. And I almost knocked out the people that were standing, the guys that were standing around me, right? Just grazed them because I swung as hard and as fast as I could when I seen this thing pop up. And then that night, the other guy that I was on the mushrooms with tried to kill me that night. So what it was a warning about this guy and his intent. Tried to run me over in his car, and he had these really twisted thoughts in his head. So I had like seen it and got a warning before, but I tried to knock out the warning, right? It didn't look good. So I swung as hard and as fast as I could, and as my fist got there, it just disappeared, right? So I didn't connect with it, but that's ended up being how the night ended up going.
But do you think it was actually like a bad spirit, or what do you think it was? Just like
No, it was a warning to warn me about the guy that was going to kill me. So it was there to like tell me that this guy, there's this energy of someone wants to kill or something. And I was with the freaking idiot that was feeling like that.
was danger coming and it let you know.
Yeah, just telling me that, just warning me. Source was telling me that something's dangerous, and it put me on guard because when he tried to run me over the car, I jumped over the fence and I didn't get hit at all. So just by seeing that and swinging, getting my energy, knowing that something was going to happen, I was ready and prepared. So I just dive rolled over the fence.
And that was many years ago.
It was in behind the bar, and it was down an alley that there was only the only way I could go to, because it was only as big as the car could go. Like, so he was ready to munch, to hit me, and I had to fly over the fence. Was the only way I could save myself, but I did.
And that was a long time ago for anyone wondering, because they think they were like, who's gonna kill you? So
Yeah, no, this was like 25 years ago, maybe, a very, very, very long time ago. But
Yeah.
I saw the Grim Reaper pop up just before that, and my instant reaction was to knock it out because it didn't look very good. It had the thing, and it had the hood, and just looked like something that they've taught us what a Grim Reaper would look like.
Oh, that would scare me a lot. I mean, I wasn't scared when they came here. The crew. I don't know what it was. It was like spirit something. I don't think it was God, but it was like the spirits, the messengers or something. I don't know. It felt very like they were important. They were like sat on the council or whatever. There was like 4 of them. But I was not scared of that. But I would be scared if I saw what you saw, Jesse.
For K Starseed, Medina says who? So it was somebody that I worked with at Costco. I didn't really know him besides at work, and then I ended up seeing him at did we plan to go out that night? I don't remember. It was either we planned to go out that night or I just seen him or whatever, and then mushrooms came across the path. So it wasn't really someone I knew, but I was with them that night, right? Because we were hanging out and he worked with me. So after that was pretty weird at work.
A little.
Share one, did Angeline?
Pardon?
Did Angeline share hers? I don't think so.
Not specifically. I have a lot.
Just share one you think you want to share.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I was going through a lot of really hardcore experiences where I was kind of losing control of my body because of complex PTSD and stuff, and because of all the stress I was under, I was my heart was sometimes stopping. I was breaking out in lumps. I was having all kinds of problems, lots of blackouts and stuff. And there's just I just, during this roughest time that I can recall in my life, I kept having all of these incredible revelations and experiences, and it was almost like a shaking of me letting go of my fears at the same time I was getting these revelations, like in my heart, in my mind, and bringing my body into that too. And same thing, just like knowing how freaking incredibly loved we are, and there's no fear, there's no judgment, there's no pressure. Like, I always had this fear, like always feeling this pressure and all this, like from the God I was taught, right? And just the more I just kept having these experiences with Source, the more I realized how loved I am, how perfect I am just the way I am. I mean, still to this day, I'm in the process of bringing my body into alignment with that revelation. But it was such a blissful time in my life. That's when I opened up and I started seeing all the people on the other side and how amazing they were, and energy and feeling everything. I remember like everything felt orgasmic, as weird as that sounds. Everything, like a tree, I could breathe and I could look at a tree and I could feel the energy like zip through my entire, like it was, everything was unbelievable. Even just to breathe felt amazing. Like, it's the craziest experience I ever had.
Very euphoric, right?
Yep. You
Yeah,
could
just
feel everything, everything's energy, and my favorite words after that became bliss and surrender, because the more you surrender, the more you can let in, like, and just the like just to see the capacity of how much you can hold and how much you can feel and take in, and get just, I don't need to do any substances at all, and I was on, like, trips all the time just in these crazy experiences, and I felt like the whole world was new. It was just amazing.
It's
you
like the
explain that.
first sweat lodge experience is that I had when the person was talking earlier about how hot it was and getting close to the ground. So for me, it was like so hot, in that place, like he said, that I had to actually suck cold air out of the ground because I had to go right in my face. Thought my ears were gonna melt at the time. But that sweat lodge experience, when I was sat right beside the chief, and he was sitting right across the door, and he passes the peace pipe to me, right? And I smoked some of it, and it was just like, it didn't taste like anything, like tobacco or whatever it was. But he asked me to go get the bucket of the silver bucket that was by the house. So, and the sweat lodge was pretty full, and he asked me to go get the bucket, and so I stand up, go around the people that are sitting on that side, because there's the middle and the fire, and I go to the house, and well, as soon as I walk out of the sweat lodge door, it was so profound that I could hear the trees breathing. I could hear the bugs, the birds. I felt so connected to source, to everything, like I had never ever felt before. It was that magical moment. And after that, I was like, what was in that peace pipe? And he just, tobacco, says, right? I was like, because I was like, I must have smoked some crazy shit, because I never ever felt this experience, this connected, this knowing and feeling trees move, the wind, Mother Nature, everything around me felt so surreal that I was connected. I could hear it and see it and feel it. And that probably would be one of the most profoundest source moments, besides obviously, creation talking directly to my head.
I think
You
we're
know,
supposed
I
to do that all the time. Like we're
what?
supposed to feel it like on
Yes.
that level all the time. But it is
Yeah, I've
almost
never lost that connection from it ever since that moment. Like as I'm walking with, the hawk or whatever, and birds are singing, I sing back to the birds, and they laugh, and we talk, and like we like have this, like I've never not, had this ever since that moment. It's really, creation is so neat. That's why animals are so neat, and people are so neat. I just like this experience and this journey.
yes.
When I first started talking with Jesse, something that got me so freaking excited was that he got what I got. Like I could tell that he knew that thing I knew, that like it was supposed to be heaven here, that we were like that all these things, like we clicked on these deeper things that we had a knowing about inside, even if we didn't have a good way to describe it all and everything. It was like, to me, I was like, oh my gosh, like I've been feeling so alone, like just, and just to know that in that deeper knowing, like even to this day, me and Jesse always say, like we always just, no matter what comes ups and downs and everything, we remember each other's hearts, because our hearts is, I think, really what connected us on these deeper knowing levels. So yeah, but I was so excited because I just, like, especially coming out from all the religion and everything, I felt so alone. I was so excited to like meet someone who got it, I was so happy.
That in 2020, or was it before that?
2020.
So yeah, okay. So yeah, like isn't that like something happened right then? That's why they wanna they've done all this stuff with COVID, and the just the craziness that they've done. I'm not gonna go and name it all. But they must have had some kind of knowledge that this awakening was gonna happen whether we had COVID or not. You know what I'm saying?
They were hoping it wasn't going to happen, so the people responded. They don't know. They think they have this thing called a looking glass that they can actually look into. They got a bunch of psychics that look into this looking glass, and they ask it things, how things are going to respond, how things are going to change depending on if this happens or this happens. But they can never guesstimate people's spirits, their willing to survive, their love. They cannot comprehend that, so they're trying to destroy it, but they just can't. So they're getting people to stray away from that source creation. But by them doing that, it's just making more and more people crave it, need it, and want it. So it's happening the opposite of what they're trying to do, and they don't know what to do with that. It's like fucking them up, because they want full control, but people have this beautiful spirit and connection that they can't explain or derail.
And they must know that they're like running out of time, because the more people that awaken, the more trouble they're going to be in. It's past that point already. I think that we have won. It's just that we still need more people to wake up. Like, I don't think that they can take us down. I think we've gotten in touch with our power too much as a collective, that it's there. We can feel it. We may not necessarily trust so much that we're going to be able to stand when it's time to stand, in whatever way, whatever that means, stand, in our power, And so I think that they knew this was coming. Like, I'm wondering if part of this has to do with like astrology or something, or, like they can, like the age of Aquarius, right?
Aquarius, the Pisces was the age of the control, the war, and then the Aquarius age of knowing, people knowing. So the thing is that they have to reset things when people start remembering and knowing, because that's uncontrollable. And so that's why the whole craziness to reset things is because when people comprehend how truly connected, powerful, and how they can literally manifest things into existence, then that they can't control that. So
I'm wondering if this eclipse that's going to happen on April 8th is going to affect that, whole. It's kind of like we're, what's that word? Where, when you're like spinning towards something and then you start spinning faster and faster towards it, it's like that. And I'm wondering if there's something up with that. April.
Everything does, and we're actually looking to travel right above it, somewhere Texas, Arizona. We're going like somewhere at that time where we're traveling there so we can experience it like right above. So yeah, we feel it's going to be, very powerful.
You guys can come to California.
I'm not sure if we can make it at that time, but who knows? Maybe we can. Maybe we'll get a one-way ticket and figure our way back. I love adventures, right? So, we never know which direction we may go.
It's amazing. It's actually right where I live. This county that I live in is like where it really starts to get super nice. Like from here, and then like just up the road is Big Sur. Have you heard of it? You've heard of it.
Big Sur, yeah.
Yeah. So have you been there?
No.
Oh, you guys gotta go. You'll be blown away. It's a vortex like Shasta, so the energy is just like really intense. I don't know what Shasta is like. I've heard people say it's really intense too, but I can't imagine anything. I mean, I felt this one here in Big Sur is really intense. It is here too, but and especially if this house, like I was meant to live in this house. It has like moonbows and tons of rainbows and all kinds of stuff going on. But anyway, and then there's Hawaii, who also has that really. You've been there, right?
No.
Oh, good enough. You guys gotta go. So anyway, that has that really intense energy. I think it's like a special vortex. I don't know what they call them. They call them a vortex. It's like a power station of the place, like fantastic.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds awesome because we're definitely going to go to Mount Shasta around that time. So, going to another vortex twice in a trip on the way back. Who knows? Maybe we can go back that way where, like you said, I love adventures and, open.
All the way up the West Coast because Oregon is gorgeous. But I mean, I know you guys live in a super nice place though. But Oregon is really beautiful. Got lots of waterfalls.
We have lots of friends that direction as well. So it's maybe this sounds I'm actually, seeing a lot of open opportunities, which is, so it's making this, trip for the eclipse be that much more awesome.
Very cool. So what do you think's gonna happen, you guys, on that? What do you think it'll do on that?
Send the love vibration through every heart in the universe.
We're gonna break apart that line, and then like everything that goes north. See, I think I'll be stuck in the south. Yeah, I'll be in the south. That's not good. I do like the tropics though. Anyway, this was fun. I'm surprised I'm not being super shy. This is weird. See, I get to see you guys all the time, but you never get to see me, so I still don't get to see you.
I'm very visual, so it's easier for me to put the visual into a person than the names, so it's nice to see you.
Oh, nothing. I always get to see you guys. So
well, I think
I don't get the comments come up on my screen here.
So if you look on, there's a thing on the top. It says private comments and then the comments of the chat. So if you're just in private, like private chat, do you see on the right hand side where it says private chat?
At the bottom it says chat. And then it says, comments with the camera. Oh no, that's camera. I can't see. More. Leave. microphone. Oops, what did I do?
Is there anything on the right side?
It says, "You're in the show." And it says, "Everyone can see and hear you." That's it. And then over on the left side, it says "Live." They cannot control our will, our force of one's life. Yeah, they don't like that.
Are you on your phone?
No, I'm on my iPad.
Oh, iPhone stuff.
Underneath our little images, if you see 3 dots anywhere,
Yeah.
you might see a chat option or comments, I mean.
Oh, yeah. It's the first one. Oops. No, I didn't mean to do that.
You're still here. If you see yourself disappear and the comments pop up, it just shows you the comments.
Oh, wait. You said to push the. No. What was the one that you told me to push?
I think 3 dots. I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember.
Comment. Oh, now I can't see.
Trauma type. Jeff left. I think after about 3 hours or more, he's gone, but he's left his stream play, so that's why you see his stream going, but him not being here. So he just didn't turn off his
Who?
stream, which is totally fine. Gen X Jeff. Someone's commenting. Where's Jeff?
Where's Jeff? Yeah, that's Colorado.
Live music says
He's actually restreaming Flo's stream now. Actually, everybody went over to Flo's.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So can they come on places like wherever they are? Can they come on through those too?
Say again?
Is everybody on StreamYard or no? No.
Well, not everybody, but right now we're being streamed to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different places right now. Oh, 14 with Rumble. So there's 14 different places that we're being streamed to simultaneously.
So does this one do you keep it?
Well, it stays and we just it stays on and we upload a lot of them, but we're on a whole bunch of different platforms that just stay there. That's why we like all the different platforms in case they mess with one or take one. We're on so many different other ones. So, it's can't, stop it from, reaching as many people as we can.
So how come more people aren't on?
I don't know. We're almost 4 hours in, so I think we're going to be wrapping it up here now.
Oh, can we do one little minute meditation before we go? Or if you guys are too tired. Okay.
I'm super tired, so this was more of the missing link opposed to the high vibe love tribe. So
I'll just go watch one of Angeline's old ones.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of really good ones on YouTube too, especially for bedtime. Like if you look up some, and they're awesome as well.
Are they yours?
No, just in general.
No, I like yours. I've heard a lot of people. I like yours.
Thanks.
Okay, you guys. Thank you so much for putting up with me.
Thanks for hanging out with us. We weren't putting up with you. We loved your company, so thank you for being here.
Well, I didn't think I was gonna be talking. I just thought I just wanted to come on and dance. I think that was fun. I don't know why I had to be on the camera for the dance. I was trying to be get people going. Okay.
Well, we're glad you came.
Thank you so much.
I really like that question you asked too about, what was your spiritual experience? Because it's hard to tell that story to just anybody. It's especially people discount it because I was drinking. And the thing is you can't mistake that feeling. It just overrode the whole alcohol thing. I was sober as a judge. After that was all left, and I just went right to bed. I didn't I keep drinking or anything like that.
A lot of people's natural fear reaction is to discount or find any reason to discredit anybody's experience. So even if they had it when they had substances in them, a lot of people or some people will first thing they'll say, "Oh, that happened because of that," because they want to discredit it because they can't fathom having that experience themselves. So that's why you'll get people that'll do that.
Actually, I don't know if I could have totally handled it if I was sober. I think it was probably good for me to be drunk the first time. Now I think I could handle it, but that as a first experience, it probably would have been a little bit scary for me. You know, like who's messing with me? But it's like, I don't know, maybe I would feel it like I did that night and just know that I was safe. Anyway, I thought it was a great question though. It was awesome.
And we got some really cool answers. So yay, it was awesome.
I love hearing people's stories like that. Yours is good. Yours is great. You always have a million stories, Jesse. It reminds me of me. I was laughing too.
Life was a trip when you just go full steam ahead. You know, you go through a lot, and you know, I'm glad that I was able to stay as balanced as I could through all the craziness and all the directions that I was pulled. You know, got caught, you know, lost in alcohol and drugs for a little bit, but you know, I always was able to stay as balanced as I could through it. And then some of the best decisions I ever made in my life is to stop drinking, to stop smoking, and to stop all the synthetic drugs. And it allows me, like someone was saying earlier about the mushrooms. So I told myself I would, you know, experience anything natural like mushrooms or DMT or anything that came from a plant and be natural. And 9.5 years, I've maybe done mushrooms 3 times, and like I can have anytime I wanted to, but in 9 years I've only done it 3 times. Even though I said I would do it, it's just I've experienced so much on say psychedelics or with drugs that's not important for me, right? I've already experienced that side. So and now for like even like the cannabis, I'm, you know, doing as least amount that I've probably ever did in my life right now. And, you know, I love it, but I just, you know, I feel that, you know, I kind of just feel what I want to do and not do. And right now you know, it's like I said, besides a couple of days ago, HVLT, before that was 2 weeks since I even had cannabis. Right. And so it just kind of, that's my vibration right now.
I think that mushrooms and pot are really excellent tools, depending on a person's chemistry, for depression, because I was really suffering after like all the, you know, everything that had happened since 2016 on, you know. But anyway, I was really craving shrooms, you know, because I wanted to get out of my head, you know, and I just couldn't bring myself to like figure out how to get any. So, but I did have some pot around, so I would do a little bit of that. But I really needed the shrooms. Once I finally got a hold of them, about I guess like a year ago, finally, and I did microdosing, you know, not some big trips. A couple times though, I actually did do a little bit too much. But no, I like the microdose. It really works well when you're just like in a funk that you cannot get out of, no matter what you do. That's like the only answer for me, is just do a little, you know, microdose. You know, but I mean, I think that you don't really have to understand depression to understand, you know, how that can work. But it really does work for somebody who's got like hardcore depression.
Well, I heard that it's kind of like somebody described it like this. I heard a doctor describe it like this. So it's like you have all these pathways in your brain that are on autopilot. So you've made these deep paths in your brain that you keep going on, keep going on, keep going on. And it's hard to not, once they're really deep ingrained, it's hard to override them with something new. And what the shrooms do is it's like putting a fresh blanket of snow over all the paths so that it becomes easier to make new paths.
Yeah, like
So
break
that was
pattern, like break the pattern. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I needed to do because I was in such a funk. I mean, it's like my sister was my best friend and she was the first one to go, and that was 2016. And then my dad the next year, then my mom the next year, and my boyfriend left, and my other boyfriend went back to Canada. And then, and
So
then
hey,
they shut my bar down, so I was like out of work. And then once, I had quit drinking, I didn't want to go back. But I have to go back. I have to go back to work. But yeah, no, I see that, that, you can use those tools if you know what you're doing, if you don't like get stupid and do too much of it, to break patterns,
yeah,
and help you to ease out of it, whatever it takes.
totally.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I should let you guys go to sleep because we'll gab all night.
All right, sweet
Bye,
dreams.
Andrea.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Fun. Thank you. Can't wait to do it again. When are we going to do it again?
Not sure yet.
Not sure. Maybe on the weekend.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Al-Anon of spiritual people. Like everybody can just, talk about what it's like for them today, Anyway. Sweet dreams, y'all out there in the galaxies.
Sweet dreams.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, beautiful.
That was interesting and so much fun. I loved it.
Interesting and fun. Exactly what I was thinking too.
Yeah, I'm glad a lot of people had a lot of fun and just moved that energy. So yay.
Moved and said that they actually needed this, and it's just like to hear that is such a
Yes.
awesome feeling to know that we were just in alignment with others and help facilitate others having their vibrations impacted in such a good way.
I agree.
Okay, love you, love y'all. We'll talk to you soon, Angeline. Peace and blessings to you all.
And when's your next missing link?
Next missing link is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern with Svetlana Maximov. She's from Russia and was working on some like weapons or something. So she's got some interesting intel about, stuff. So going to be interesting to hear another different perspective on what's happening out there on the missing link. Tomorrow, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Y'all have a wonderful night. May the source be with y'all. Knowledge is power. The more knowledge we all have collectively, the less power they have over us. So happy to be able to facilitate this with, as many people as able to see this, feel this, hear this, and sending love to y'all for one love, one heart, one life. Bye, everyone.
Namaste.
And namaste and no maske.
No maske.
No maske. Okay.
Bye.